Welcome. This is my presentation about the course over the year and everything about the American dream. But what even is the American dream? We've been asked that a million times over the year. And, well, some months later, from the beginning when I wrote that paper, everything kind of clicked.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. 'Cause they fill the open air and leave teardrops everywhere.
So Huck Finn is about a boy named Huck and his partner in crime, Jim, going down the Mississippi River. Honestly, I enjoyed reading the book. It was kind of a hard first read, but I think that, well, it was really fun seeing how much trouble these two could get into with each other and how they could get out of it. It was kind of weird seeing how times have changed so much and just how different things are because of the way African Americans were treated back then. But in the end, no matter how boring it got at some points, it was necessary because those who do not study the past are bound to repeat it. And I feel like it was a necessary read because of that. Oh, vlogging. How much fun was that? 8 long days of staying in the cabin in the woods by yourself. And to live, drumroll please, deliberately. How many times did Miss Scrotenbohr have to tell us this? To live deliberately. So, as I said, we lived in a cabin in the woods for 8 days, and here we learned that sometimes living alone isn't, a bad thing, and that it can help us progress, and it can help us organize our thoughts, and I thought that was a great lesson and set me up for the rest of the year just perfectly. It made my brain, well, I guess you could say, it made my brain stronger. The Jungle was an interesting project for me because it really gave me a new perspective about books, because we basically took this book and threw it in the trash. Well, not really, but you get the point. This really did confuse me though, because I had never really looked at a book from a perspective without just reading it page by page. But after a while, I think I got it, and it was really cool. It was a great way to look at it. This project also helped me learn that being a leader isn't easy, but it can be fun because seeing the end result is awesome.
It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems.
I really enjoyed studying F. Scott Fitzgerald and his way of writing, and it really helped me understand, well, everything about Gatsby and what he influenced onto the book, and how his life and what happened to him really reflected onto the book, and how similar he was to the characters he made, like Gatsby. Like, him and Gatsby were basically the same person, well, with women at least.
It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, because my dreams are bursting at the seams.
So in my opinion, it all started with our friend Nick here, looking around for Gatsby, and then, boom, there he is. That beautiful Leonardo DiCaprio. Just perfect. One of my favorite things about this book, though, even though Gatsby is pretty phenomenal, is just the amount of character development and just the way that all the characters are so different from each other and each have their own special little thing about them. And Fitzgerald did a really good job of capturing just how human they all really are. Like, for example, Daisy, she started out thinking you were sweet and all that kind of stuff, and I kind of just wish her own curtains would smack her in the face. Anyway, Daisy turned out from being really sweet to showing the real human side about her and being really bad. One of the really sad things about Fitzgerald's writings, though, is that reality hits hard when the perfect ending that you want, you don't get. Like, for example, in a perfect world, he answers that phone and Daisy's on the other end, but that's just not true. In fact, it's it's Nick. And then we all know what happens after that. Boom. And then splash. It's just too bad it had to end that way, because we all know we like Gatsby. And it's really another way that Fitzgerald showed just the human side to everybody, because Nick was the only one that remorsed his death. Everyone else was just kind of like, who's Gatsby? We don't know a Gatsby. But anyway, we all know the moral of the story here. Oh, Edgar Allan Poe, my absolute favorite. I am a poet, and I know it. Yeah, I really do like poetry, though. I like rhyming and all of that good stuff. Well, some people really didn't like the Dark Romantics. They didn't really get it. They were confused, and the lines were twisted, and not a lot of people could really decipher it like I could, so not a lot of people got a respect for it like I did, but I absolutely just adored everything about it. And I really wish we could have made this segment longer in the year, because I loved everything about it. I just loved all that deep and creepy stuff. If I didn't like anything during this year, it had to be Grapes of Wrath. I really didn't understand it in the beginning, and it was kind of a slow beginning to start to read, but that was really the only thing I didn't like about it. After I started to get more into the book, I understood that family was important and how awesome it all was, and I really loved the group project and how our class worked together, and that was a good thing.
The sound I'll gladly drown into the emerald underground. I rub my eyes 'cause it's hard to see, surrounded by all this beauty. This picnic will soon depart.
Out of everything that we read this year, I have to say The Crucible was my absolute favorite. I just can't get over how crazy and awesome Abigail is, but I hate her at the same time. And I love John Proctor, and I love just how awesome the characters were, and the plot, I just can't even get over how awesome that plot was. It just made you want to tear your hair out and scream at the book, and you got so annoyed with those girls, and it just shows you how twisted things can really be.
And when diamonds boast that they can't be crushed.
So, what is the American dream? Well, over the year, I decided what my American dream was, and that was just to be happy wherever I am and doing whatever I am. And I think over the time I realized that the American dream is just a goal that we try to achieve, and my goal is to become a writer and to do what I love, and that's to read and to write. And this year really helped me understand that those things make me happy, really happy, truly happy. And thanks to all the literature this year, I think I've really decided where I wanted to go in life. It's been a great year. Thank you, class of 2016 and Mr. Bruntenborg and Mr. LeBen's block class. It's been awesome. I've had more fun in this class than any other class that I ever had before, and thank you all again. Thanks for watching. I hope you all had as much fun as I did.
'Cause dreams don't turn to dust.